Hi everyone, and welcome to Ctrl-Alt-Craft. Rose with you, and today we have a Sims 4 speed build. This one is like a magical treehouse. I designed it in The Sims this morning actually. I just had the whole morning to sit down and sort of smash out a Sims build. Using the new game pack called Realm of Magic. And the whole premise of the game pack is it's kind of like Harry Potter-esque. And you go and you learn magic in this magical realm, and you get a new neighborhood where you can live, and the neighborhood has like a portal to another dimension maybe, or world where the sort of magic resides, I guess. And so this lot is right near the portal, and so the premise of this lot is kind of like maybe some magic leaked from the nearby portal, so lots of otherworldly plants grew in this now very mystical and fertile land, and the house is designed for a Spellcaster, which is a new occult in the Sims 4 game, so you can sort of cast magic and live in this funky treehouse. And playing with the new stair tool as well, which I am still absolutely loving. So yeah. So I've got a few notes here today, because I haven't done this in so long and I just feel so out of practice, you know, like things just don't flow as smoothly when I speak and stuff like that. So, here is a list that I have of things that I wanted to discuss in today's video, and I might start with my diet. So I kind of go off and on again dieting depending on, I guess, how my weight is going, and I often find that I struggle to lose weight. I don't know, there's like this very fine line between losing weight, not like staying the same, and then gaining weight, for me. And so I struggle to sort of not cross that barrier and start putting on weight. But I found something that's actually been working really well for me, recently, and it's called intermittent fasting. And so the idea is you have a 24-hour day, and in that 24-hour day, you eat a normal daily amount within an 8-hour period. And then you fast for 16 hours straight. That can include sleeping time within that 16 hours. But the idea is, basically the way I do it is I get up, I have breakfast, morning tea, and lunch, and then I skip dinner, basically every day. And it's a slower way of losing weight, but I probably lose about maybe nearly a kilo a week. But the idea of it is that it's easier to stick to, right? It's easier to commit to because you're not starving yourself, or you're not eating horrible foods you don't want to eat or anything like that. So it works really well. It's really effective. And along with it, I've been doing, not strictly, but sort of dabbling in the keto diet, which I'm not going to try and explain because it's all just too sciencey for me, but I'm sure you can Google it. So basically, natural fat foods is what I've been trying to consume in my diet. And yeah, I mean, it's working for me. So if you're the kind of person who's ever like, oh, I really need to figure out a diet, maybe that's something you might want to look into. Recently, I've been getting really into ASMR videos as well. I've sort of discovered them over the last few months, and I especially love ones with like role-playing in them. So I like ones where they're playing with someone's hair, or they're pretending to be a hairdresser in a salon or a spa, or, ones that I could just sort of really relax to. I know ASMR is a very specific thing where certain people have certain reactions to what they hear, and that doesn't happen for me, but I just find them very relaxing, right? Like if I'm feeling stressed, or maybe I can't unwind before I have to go to bed, I just pop one of those videos on, I close my eyes, I just listen to it, and I am so ready to fall asleep. So if you want recommendations for ASMR videos like that, for that kind of purpose, I like to listen to Sophie Michelle ASMR and GB ASMR. You can type either of those into YouTube and I'm sure they'll come up. They're quite popular ASMR YouTubers, but they do some really, really nice, relaxing videos. Recently, I have bought an AeroPress, which is a little device designed to make like filtered coffee. My boyfriend is a massive coffee snob. He actually signed his birthday card from himself to me this year with coffee snob. So he freely admits that he is indeed a coffee snob. And he didn't like the fact, and still doesn't like the fact, that I drink instant coffee. I like coffee, and I like a nice coffee, don't get me wrong, but ain't nobody got time to make one. Like, I gotta get up and go to work, dude. So it's very difficult, I guess, to conform to his coffee ways. But I did buy an AeroPress, which means I can have roasted ground coffee, just so that when I'm on the weekends and stuff, when I'm not working, I can actually sit down and take the time to make myself a nice coffee and enjoy it, not drink it in a rush because I gotta go get ready and go to work, you know? And I'm actually, it is a really nice sort of self-care thing to sit down and do on the weekend as well, make myself a really nice cup of coffee. So, I don't know, I may be slowly turning into a coffee snob myself. Now, I did want to talk about a video game, because the other day I uploaded a Sims video talking about video games, and I forgot to mention a massive one that's been a massive part of my life in, like, I don't know, the month it came out. And that is Dragon Quest Builders 2. Now, I bought this game hesitantly. I have a 7-day returns policy with my local game store, so I was like, oh, look, if I try it for a day or two and it's not my cup of tea, I'll just return it, no big deal. I sunk so many hours into that game, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. It's kind of like Minecraft, but way cuter and way more story-driven, kind of like RPG-ish, and it was so good. I kept coming back for more, you know? Like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of gameplay, but I couldn't put it down. So I just wanted to mention that because I didn't mention it the other day, and I was like, oh my goodness, that was such a huge part of my life. How could I have missed that out? So 10 out of 10 recommend Dragon Quest Builders. It's just, it's really good. So next week, I have a few doctor's appointments. I am quite a sick person. I've been sick now, well, pretty much my whole life. But more specifically, over the last probably about 3 months, maybe, my health has taken a really serious turn for the worse. And I've been seeing doctors and specialists, and that's also kind of why I haven't been doing videos, because I just sort of get home from work and crash. I'm just exhausted. And I wanted to talk just a little bit about autoimmune diseases, or having an autoimmune condition. So autoimmune is not something that's commonly talked about. In fact, I didn't even know it was a thing until this year. So like, yeah. But I guess the easiest way to explain it, if you're a gamer, is that it's kind of like when you're playing Pokemon and your Pokemon is hit with confusion. And so when it's your turn to attack, a little like speech box comes up and it's like, your Pokemon is confused, ... Your Pokemon hit itself. And that's kind of what autoimmune disease is. It's kind of like your immune system gets confused. And it's like, well, I don't know, guess I'll just hit myself. And so what happens is when an antibody enters the body, your immune system is supposed to like attack it and like protect the body and stuff. Instead, it gets confused and it's like, I don't know, I guess I'll just attack one of the body's healthy organs instead. Like, that's totally cool. So it's not totally cool, and it makes me very, very sick. So with that, there are several autoimmune diseases. So these are not contagious, lifelong conditions, I guess, where your immune system, every time it wants to attack the body, it might favor certain areas and therefore do certain things to those areas, and those are the specific autoimmune diseases. For example, one that I am currently looking at getting a diagnosis for is psoriasis. So psoriasis is a weird, gross condition. If you're not squeamish, I guess you could Google it, but basically I get these scales on my hands and feet where it's just a buildup of dead skin cells. Like my immune system has decided to overproduce skin because sure, why not? And so I get all these like scaly skin things all around my fingers and feet. This actually makes it really difficult to like function like a normal human being, because those are the two parts, well, yeah, like two parts of the body that you use like all the time. So like my feet I used to walk. Now recently I haven't been able to walk properly because of the pain that these scales inflict. Over time you can get cracking and fissures in your feet, bleeding, pussing, all that kind of gross stuff. And it's very painful, obviously. So to walk, I have to walk kind of funny and awkward just to sort of manage the pain and get from A to B. And over time, that is not very good for my muscles, for my legs, for my back. So I've got all sorts of pains going on all throughout my body. My fingers, recently I couldn't use my mobile phone. So smartphones have a touch screen and my smartphone wouldn't register my finger when I was pressing the screen. So that was kind of awkward. I had to go buy a stylus so I could still use my phone. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about autoimmune diseases because they're not common, like not commonly known about. A lot of people can have them and not really know about it or not really show any symptoms. But recently mine have taken a real turn for the worse. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like talking about it, kind of like a vlog, I guess. Because I think talking about it is also helping me process it, because it's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around. It's such a big deal, and I just don't think I fully realized that yet. So yeah, I think I'm slowly coming to terms with it. And one more thing I also wanted to mention is that it's Link's Awakening Eve on day of recording. Today, the day of recording this, is the day before Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch arrives, and I am so excited. So this is the last you'll hear of me for the next week or two, because that's my life now. I'm kidding. Oh, we're at the screenshots. Excellent. I'm also taking suggestions for craft videos, so if you have any tutorials that you would like to see, I can't guarantee anything, but I may be able to give some a go. So if you want to leave any suggestions down in the comments below, feel free to do so. And that's it. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and listening to my awful ramblings. Like, comment, subscribe, you know the drill, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye!